Hello, welcome to Bolson's Garage. This here is my Volvo 850, that's my daily driver. Since it's springtime now, it's time to change the tires. I live in Sweden, so we have a lot of snow in the winter. So that's the summer tires. I have, I don't know the word for it, spike tires, dub tires, winter tires with spikes. Not really spiky, but anyway. For winter driving. Since we do that, we're going to do a second thing. We're going to do some lubrication on the parking brake because it sometimes gets stuck, and that could be really annoying. So I'm going to change tires, and I will show you how to lubricate the handbrake. Okay. First thing we're going to do, we're going to raise the car in the air. You're going to watch me do that on a time lapse. So here we go. Great. I knocked loose the lug nuts before I lifted it, since tires would just spin around if I try to do it with the car in the air. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is rear right, since I already knocked this one loose. We should be able to get them off easily, like that. Could just do that. Okay, put the lug nuts aside. 2 on the hoist, 3 on the floor, that's perfect. So, 4 on the floor. Notice this little pin is for aligning the wheel when putting it on, since you don't have any studs in the brake drum. That's handy. As you notice, all lug nuts are off, so we should be able to just knock it loose. Like that. Okay, put the wheel to the side. The drum brake for the parking brake is inside here. So to be able to access it, we need to loosen this pin, and we need to take off the caliper. I will show you that from the back side. Let's start with this first. You know what? Let's not start with this, since we might have to pry right here to get the caliper off, and then it's nice to have it firmly in place. Okay, let me grab some tools. In a minute. It's always a guessing game what size you need, so I took some different one to choose from. Okay, as I said, I will move you over here so that you'll be able to see. Okay, now you see. Seems like it's 14 millimeters. Sorry, I should explain. It's this bolt and this bolt holding the caliper. And since we don't have a brake hose right here, it's a hard line, it's a good idea not to turn it and twist it a lot. So when we get it loose, we're just going to move it aside and put it with a zip tie on the spring. So let's start with getting this loose. That's one. Okay, that's two. As you may notice, the clock is almost 11 at night. That's the usual time I work, because I'm a late sleeper. Okay, I'm gonna get a screwdriver. Okay, now I have got a screwdriver. Let's just, you know what? I might be able to try it in between the brake disc and the brake pads. Or I might not just get in there. Nope, let's do it like this. Just wiggle it back and forth, it will come loose. Now you see why I wanted the brake disc firmly in place. Almost there. I can feel the brake line really bending. Let's be careful with that. And there it goes. Okay. Now let's put it like this to make sure it's not bending the brake line too much. Okay, like that. Now let's move you to this side again. Okay, something like that. Now you see. So let's remove this pin like that, 10 millimeter. This is a really easy one to use. Okay, let's hope we can get this off easily. I'm gonna get a hammer. Just like that. Okay, perfect. I might have to climb in and loosen the tension on the parking brake wire. I would really like to not do that. I really was hoping not to have to climb in. The problem now, as you can see, the center of the wheel bearing is no longer attached. You see the holes right there. to the brake disc. So that's not what's holding it. The thing holding it is parking brake pads. They're really snug up to the inner center of the brake drum right here. So when I try to pull the brake drum right off, that means, well, if it's any kind of edge along the inside here, I will show you when I get it loose. The brake pads, no, the brake, what's the word? Anyway, the brake stuff sitting inside here will jam up against that little edge. Because you see now, it turns freely when it's in, and as soon as I try to wiggle it out, it gets stuck. So it's jamming on the edge. I wonder, there's a hole here. I might be able to put a light in there and loosen some kind of automatic adjustment stuff. I don't really remember how this looks like inside. We do have one automatic adjuster. Let me get a smaller screwdriver. Okay, now I'm back, and I drop the light. The light is back up, like that. I will. You will see when I get it off. It's kind of a tooth sprocket, tooth wheel that adjusts by turning it. And by turning it the right way, I will be able to shrink up the diameter of the brake pads in here. So I don't think I did it the right way, because it feels even more stuck. I'm going to try to do it the other way. Okay. Come on. Now, let's try some more. Seems like it's not possible to do it anymore. Come on. Oh, I think it's on its way. Yeah, there we have it. Perfect. See, this is the... I really need to look what these are called. I will write it down below. Anyway, I'm going to call it brake pads, even if it's wrong. You see, these guys are clamping on this inner center. And you see right here, it's kind of a rusty edge. That's what caused the problem to get it jammed. Anyway, that's not really the reason why I wanted to do this. The thing is, sometimes this parking brake gets stuck when I tighten it, and then release it, it won't release. So here is the sprocket I told you about. This is a self-adjuster. Don't ask me how it works, but it seemed to actually be working. Could also be just for the reason I just needed it, for make it more easy to work with. Anyway, there are some points right in here. You know what? I will I'm not really sure how to show you this. The thing is, these two, this side and this side, moves apart, presses against the inner surface of the brake drum and holds the tires, both rear wheels. That means they must be able to move right there and right there, because this is just like a fork, and then the brake pad comes like this, and it will need to be able to move like this. And the same goes for down here, and down here we also have a few turning points in the linkage. I will show you that when I get the brake pads off. Somewhere on either this side or the other side, probably the other side, but I'm gonna look into this one as well. There's a problem. It's jammed up and causing it to not release perfectly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disassemble everything. It's a spring here holding it, and it's a spring right here holding it, a bigger one. When I have it all apart, I will make sure everything moves freely, lube it up with some copper paste or something, and then I will put it all together again, snug this up, and then I will put on the summer tire. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm gonna get a plier. That's one of it. One of them. A good idea, if you're doing this for the first time, take a lot of pictures around here to make sure you get everything in the correct way again. I've done this before, so it shouldn't be a problem. Let me get a plier. Okay, let's get this bigger spring off. Right here. Be careful, they do have a tendency to want to fly away. This is one of the brake pads, which is not called. This is the other spring. It will hook up to here, and the little spring will hook up to here and hold it against the other one sitting right here, and have some spacers like this in between and in the bottom. I will show you the linkage in the bottom. Just like that. I replaced these ones like a year ago, so they are not worn out. It's just something is jamming. I guess I did a bad job lubing stuff up when I put it together last time. Okay, you are not able to see this, I think. Yeah, this one you can see. This is one of the spacers that goes in between the brake pads. One goes in here, and the other one goes in there, and we have two pivot points, and these seem to be very movable, not at all seized. That's a good thing. It means this side is not the problem. That also means we can just put this together again, because there's no need of lubing this up. It's perfect. Okay, so let's do that. So one of them goes like this. Watch careful to put it on the right way, because they are not equal. Remember how you put it, how you took it apart. And then you take this adjuster. That also moves freely. Important. If this is jammed, the adjustment will not work. but that's not the problem here. So put it in place where it should be. I can show you this. When I took it apart, I twisted this one to, and what I actually did was screw this one in to lower the distance between the brake pads. And when we put it back together, I will turn it out until I feel the wheel or the brake disc Okay, my camera died on me. I don't know how much you missed, but I put all this together again. The problem is on the other side. Everything looked good in here. So what I'm going to do now is put this back on. At least try to, because it's not always easy. Could be a struggle with these brake pads, which is not cold. Come on. Come on. Something is not right. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the problem? Don't know. The spring is not seated correctly. I will try to fix it. Come on. Seems like it does not want to be seated correctly. Now it's perfect. Up here it seems to be good. No problem. Down here. Now here's the problem. It's way off here. I missed the slot. Ah, there you see. Perfect. When something seems to be wrong, it probably is. So don't try to force it if it won't fit. There you go. Perfect. Okay. What we need to do now just checking. I'm not really trusting my camera. Sometimes it just shut off for no reason. Put the little locating pin in place. Of course, make sure everything is clean inside, but I don't have to tell you that. Snug this up, just like that. Then take, where did I put it? Screwdriver, there it is. Then take the screwdriver and a lamp. Try to find the adjuster. There it is. Snug it up. Moves freely. doesn't really move freely. Just back it off a little. A little more. Just like that. Perfect. You know what? I'll snug it up just a little. Like that. Perfect. You can feel it slipping inside. You can feel the surfaces rub together, but it doesn't really hold it. So that's perfect. Okay, so let's put the caliper back on. I'm gonna move you to this side again. Okay, so now you're on that side again. Welcome. So I will cut the zip tie, take the brake caliper, put it where it should be. The reason why it's not really cooperating is because it's not new stuff. I have semi-worn brake pads, and I have little worn disc brake as well. It's an edge here, right here on the edge. It's it's an edge where it can jam, and since the caliper is adjusted itself for this thickness, when I try to move it over this ridge on the edge, it is jamming. It's perfectly logical. What I tried to do before was that I tried to get a screwdriver in between and push back the calipers, the pistons of the caliper. I will try that again, but it didn't seem to work for me. So, oh, maybe like that. No, it doesn't want to come on. I wonder why. I really wonder why. You know what? Let's try to press it back even more. Just like that. I can see it move. Come on. Did it make a difference? Not really. Let's try to do some more. Doesn't really work well for me right now. Maybe like that. I can see it moving. I wonder if it helped. There it goes. Perfect. Okay, so let's push it in a little more. Then try to get the bolts in the right place again. Perfect. Let's try to sneak up to the other one. Really? You know what? Just because it won't go in, it doesn't mean it's on the wrong place. I just might be too weak. It is in the right place. Perfect. Just reasonably tight. Like that. Let's feel that again. Way too tight. Perfect. And that's also way too tight. Perfect. So, that's it. We're all done here. Let's just put the summer tire in place. Let's see. Yeah, you see without the light. Perfect. Let me get the tire. Okay. When you do this, it's a good thing to be ready with one lug nut. Are you still with me? Yep, perfect. Okay, here we go. Just like that. No, that's not right. Just like, why, come on. Why is it? Ah, I see. I see. Let me show you. This pin is for locating the rim. And look at the rim. Oh, look at this. The pin goes in these slots, but it's already pins in, 4 of them. It has to be in this one. I didn't know that. Interesting. Perfect. Here we go. Okay, let's take the lug bolt. Perfect. Let's do the rest of them. Let's find the rest of them on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be all. I think this tire is one of the cheapest one you can buy. It's called High Fly. Really sporty name. Reason for that is I bought 4 used tires last year, and when I got home, one of them had a bulge on them, so it was just a matter of time before that would go flat. So I had to buy 1 new because I'm too cheap to buy 4 new. So this one is another brand, but I took the one that was most like the other. That's probably not the right way of doing it, but it's okay. It's just my car. Okay, so I will tighten this a little more. Let's do that right away. Come on. Just to make it snug and good. Just like that. Perfect. We'll torque them down when we put the car on the ground. Now I will do the same on the other side, and I will change the front tires as well. Thank you for watching.